Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to the Frostbite tribe. In the last episode, we survived yet another storm, though this one dropped so much snow on us that we got completely buried. Meme probably saw the worst of it because as she was digging for all of those tasty roots, she ended up losing herself in some of the tallest snowdrifts on the mountain. We actually had to bring quite a few creatures up here just to make a path for her so she could stumble her way to some safer territory, and of course find more of those roots too. That's her main concern. She's always following her nose. This is one of her last chances to have her baby though, because she is getting very old. So on the next day, we'll make sure that she settles down in a nest right next to these roots so she can still dig up her food. Now unfortunately, Dandelion was one of the creatures to pass away in the last episode due to old age. So we have Aster over here now taking up his role, making sure that he can grab up all of the acorns that he left. He could also grab some of these shells too because he has the cracker jaw, he has the nimble fingers for the berry bushes, but for the most part, the berries are definitely over on this side of the island. This is where most of our berry bushes are right now, which is why Vancory, our little reincarnation of Vankier, is trying her best to hop her way over with the rest of her family so she can gather up those berries too. Likewise, now would be the perfect time to send some of our other creatures out hunting. Hopefully we can clear out enough of the snow, or for that matter, hopefully the snow will start melting so we can find those bunnies again. Right now, I don't really smell or hear any little bunnies. Or wait a second, we have some down here. Of course, by Rascal. That's actually what he was going toward when he caught the attention of a carnivore. We do have a carnivore lurking out in this tall grass right over here somewhere, which is why Dyer is staying so close so he can hopefully protect his friend. But we're going to have to pass the day to see if the carnivore gets close enough to actually attack them. For now, I think I would like to send Storm and Buttercup and hopefully Amber too out to find some more food. So let's actually have Storm make his way around toward the darkness over here. We have so much snowy land on this side of the mountain that we haven't actually explored yet. So let's bring you both down in this direction and sniff around a little bit with your big noses to see if you can find anything. Right now I just see a little tasty root down there, but I think you are both much more interested in the bunnies. Meanwhile, we could have Amber make her way around the right side of the island. If she comes all the way down here on top of the stump, she could wrap her way around through the grasslands. Oh my gosh, we have a permanent nest right here too. Definitely take a peek at that. That would be very helpful. I wish we knew about that when Tundra and Dandelion were still making their own little family, because they could have actually used that nest. But yeah, if we wrap her around this area, then we can see if we can find any more little bunnies hopping around in the grass. And for that matter, she also might be able to help her brother if she runs into this carnivore. So I think that's all of the safe moves that we can really make for today. So let's go ahead and skip the day and see if this carnivore comes out at us. Yes, there he is. But we were just far enough away that we didn't have to worry about him actually hurting poor little Rascal. He is still perfectly fine. So this is our chance to really do some good damage on the carnivore. We can poison him with Dyer, but I think we might actually be able to take care of him right away. Oh my goodness, Dyer. Talk about a warrior. You are definitely one of Animeme's chosen. So let's scoop up that carnivore meat right away because that will help us as we're trying to increase our stores. This is really the perfect time for us to do that because yes, the snow is melting. Oh, that should make it so much easier for us to get around the mountainside too. In fact, let's sniff around again to see if there's any more little bunnies that we could possibly pounce on. Let's listen to see if there's any out here too. Again, it is very quiet on the mountainside, but there's a little bunny right up there. Okay, so we do have bunnies spawning again, and we still have them in the water too. So I suppose Rascal could jump down this way to try to find them. Yeah, he's a little bit too far away from the bunnies, but we will catch them eventually. And in fact, if we move Amber right around here, then we might be able to scare them into Rascal's jaws. Let's see if there's any more bunny burrows out in this location though. We do have another bunny right here, another one probably munching on some berry bushes, so this does seem like a very good place for some of our hunting creatures to set up camp too. Now Tusk, poor little Tusk, is actually very sick because he has the same immunity genes, so we just have to make sure that wherever he is not next to one of our other creatures, because that would risk getting them sick as well, and we certainly don't need a plague taking over our tribe. Now Faith only has 3 days left on her lifespan because she also took some damage when she was frozen, but she has been doing a very, very good job collecting all of these acorns for us, so we'll let her continue on with that. You know, Tusk might actually be a good candidate for that as well because he does have that cracker jaw, so why don't we bring him over to the other side of the tree, because that sets him up far enough away that we won't have to worry about him getting Faith sick. And he can still headbutt the tree with his big ram horns, and look at all of that food that we can actually collect now. Excellent. So he will do a very, very good job for however long he has left, just making sure that everyone in the tribe is fed. Now Van Cory is still going to try to make her way as fast as possible over to the other side of the island, so let's just have her use her 2 turns to get a little bit closer, because we're going to have her mother stay right next to Belladonna so she doesn't get swept away by the bird. Which I'm pretty sure, there he is still circling in our skies, so we have to be very, very careful with the young babies. Now let's go back here and make sure that Meme can make her nest. We'll have her plop it down right over here because she has all of her tasty roots to eat, of course. She can build a nest right here and then dig up all of the roots right underneath Tundra's feet. Look at all of those roots. I love that little snout that she has. That little digging trunk is very, very helpful, and I think we do want to make sure that we take some of those over to the harder island, because I'm pretty sure the roots are still going to be a significant way for us to gather food. But since this is Meme's last day of life, she's not actually going to be able to meet her very last child. So I think what she'll do is she'll ask Tundra if she'll be able to take care of her baby. We'll have Tundra stay right next to the nest so we won't have to worry about the newborn baby getting stolen. Goldenrod, on the other hand, might be starting to wonder where her sister ran off to, so let's have her make her way around all of the snow if possible. Oh my goodness! You found a bunny, but you're out of energy. Oh, that is the worst. This guy is definitely going to hop away because we don't exactly have anyone over here who can grab it. Aster is a little bit too far away to do that, and he has plenty over here to keep himself busy anyway. Let's gather up all of your acorns so we have a little bit of extra food. I mean, this bunny didn't get too far away. I think he's a little bit more interested in munching on those berries, so maybe Goldenrod still has a chance. Storm is all grown up now too, so we can give him his very final gem, and then they can go charging back into the snow to try to find some more bunnies. So far, just a lot of roots over here though. Just a lot of different roots for them to dig up. Let's have you play leapfrog through the snow as fast as possible to hopefully find something to eat. Let's sniff around again. Yeah, there we go. There's those little bunnies. And we also have those little twig bushes down here too that we can collect for the nesting material. So we might want to bring somebody down there to do that, but first let's have Buttercup jump down here. Oh, just too far away from that bunny, just barely too far away. We can't forget about our brand new twins though. I almost forgot about all of you way up at the tippity top of the mountain. They were trying to clear out their pathways, of course, because it was very, very hard to get around up here. And this is also Squall's very last day too, because he was the exact same age as Meme when she was frozen in that ice. So he is also going to be passing away, which means that he's not going to get to see his very last baby either. But he can rest easily, at least knowing that his little sister is going to take care of them for as long as she's able to. So for some of his very final turns, let's see if they can find any food on the mountainside too. If we have Saber, maybe move toward those roots. That would actually probably be a better idea if we can find those roots again. Soul is also going to be a pretty decent help when it comes to digging up all of these roots, so he definitely should be going with his father. Luna will keep with them just to protect them though, because we don't want them running into any dangers. And it looks like Squall, of course, since he doesn't have any harvesting skills, can't even pick up from this twig bush next to him. So he'll just have to stumble behind his family for now, as slow as he moves with all of those big claws, of course. And if somebody could maybe sit on top of these stumps, that might help us out, just to see around the area a little bit better. Oh, we can see the bunny now. The bunny's sitting at the very tippity top of his burrow right next to the berry bush, of course. Oh, there's another one surrounded by snow. You are completely surrounded. I wonder if they can't actually hop through the snow. That might be the case. So we'll have to grab that one before it scoots away on us. Now let's go back here and see what Meme's very final baby is going to look like. We probably want to make sure, of course, that the big body is in here because we want that over on Meme's medium body. But other than that, let's continue trying to get those ram horns back in our tribe because they are definitely kind of phasing out at this point. A lot of our creatures have been born without it, except for Tusk way back here, who might be one of the very final creatures to own that crown of ram horns now that Dandelion has passed away. But let's go ahead and zoom in on Meme and skip the day and see what her very final baby, oh my gosh, is going to look like. He is absolutely adorable. Another little son. So they only managed to have one daughter actually, but he has the poison fangs just like his father. He looks very, very similar to Dyer now that I think about it. They both have the same coat with the same spots on them. The only difference is that Dyer has those beautiful brown eyes. So I think we'll name this brand new little son Bear this time, because he looks like he's going to be quite the warrior. And look at that, he actually has a velvet paw too, so he will be very, very sneaky, just like his brother Dyer. He should be able to hunt all across the mountainside with his Aunt Tundra as they try to find some more food for the tribe. And there's that bunny again. Actually, he's munching on the clovers that we found before. So let's have Storm jump over here and grab the bunny for us. And then Buttercup could finish the job by gathering up the meat. Now, where are the rest of our bunnies? We had a ton of them over here on all of these burrows. Every single one of them, they're all spawning like crazy. Definitely because it's so warm. That has to be the reason. Soul, you should be able to jump down here and grab the bunny for us as long as you actually have, an attack strength. He does have some attack strength on him, so he can jump all the way down here, grab this bunny, and gather up the meat too in one swoop. Now, we did see another bunny skitter into the grass, so where did it go? It's right here, just a couple of tiles away, but I'm not sure if we can maneuver our way around all of this tall grass. That's why we really need to clear out this area, not only to protect us from these spawning carnivores, but to also make sure that we don't have problems getting around to the bunnies. Now, if Amber maybe goes through the grass, we might be able to scare it toward one of the other boys. Let's see, the bunny hasn't moved just yet. Maybe Dyer can sneak up on it, and we have a bunny in our nest too, really? Not the best place for you, little guy, but right now we are more concerned with this rabbit right here, so I guess Dyer could just lunge in and grab it for us. There we go. A very lazy bunny munching on all of these berries, though it looks like he didn't actually get too many, so we have plenty to gather up once Vancory makes her way over here. We have the acorns for now though, so let's have Tusk gather up as many as he possibly can, and then Faith can do the same. They are doing a much better job now that they're working together, though they really don't have too much longer to work in this way because Faith is getting so old. So it's a very, very good thing that Vancory is making her slow way over here through all of the sand. She's almost there though. In a couple more turns she should be right next to him where Tusk is. Maybe he can even greet her. I'm sure she would be very, very pleased to see all of the creatures who have spent so much time with all of these berry bushes. They don't know about Vankyr's teachings, of course, because they are more interested in anime, just like most of our tribe. But Tusk does strike me as the type of creature who would be very interested in the plants, especially because he'll probably need a healing fruit at some point just to sustain his life. Let's have Sairi dip her toes in the water though so that she can collect, oh my goodness, all of these different shells, all of these crabbits too. I mean, maybe we should actually go crab hunting at some point. That would also give us a good boost in food. Belladonna can take on her 2 gems. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about her getting picked off by the bird anymore. We just have poor little Bear back here who Tundra is going to stay very, very close by. We'll go ahead and pick up some of the grass in the area. Aster, of course, is going to pick up his acorns. We need somebody over here to help him out too, though. We'll have to figure out if maybe another one of our crackerjaw creatures aren't too busy. They could come over here and help him pick up all of the acorns in the area. Now, Goldenrod, she doesn't have any nimble fingers, oh my goodness, but she does have a claw, and she does have a wonderful taste for bunnies. So we managed to get one of them, and this one is kind of scooting right underneath all of her fluff too. We'll have to see if we can grab that one on the next turn. Now, I was actually thinking that these two could be a good match. We might be able to rebuild our warrior line with them because they both have the claw, so we might be able to get those double-clawed babies back in our tribe to really protect us from all of the predators who I'm sure at any point are going to start stumbling down the mountainside. I am still so shocked by how quiet it has been. Like, Animeme has been very, very nice to us so far, and that's a little bit worrying. But let's go ahead and see if maybe they could breed. Their immunity genes are different this time. I double checked to make sure that they are. The only problem is that Storm does have the hemophilia gene in his genetics, so we'll just have to keep an eye on it so it doesn't spread too far. Now, if Storm could use his last turn to gather up some of these little twigs, then hopefully pretty soon we'll be able to make a nest nest with Buttercup somewhere safe, somewhere definitely safer than that, so she can have her baby on one of the next turns. Now Amber and Rascal are still trying to find more of those bunnies. We have one bunny back here on his burrow, but I don't see any more really in the grass. So we might have to have you guys go a little bit deeper. Let's have Amber scoot up this way. Yeah, there's those bunnies. And then Rascal could hopefully move next to you somehow. It's a little bit tricky to maneuver, but if we get you guys into the tall grass, then hopefully we can surprise this bunny on the next turn. Oh my gosh, and we actually have a little mole over here too. Well, don't mind if I do, I'll definitely grab you up, and so far the bunny hasn't noticed us just yet. Now let's have Sister Moon catch up with her brother's son, because we certainly don't want them getting too far apart. She would be feeling a little bit antsy if she realized that he was so far away, so far from her protection. So we'll make sure that she is in the area as well as their father, just in case anything else comes hopping out of the darkness, but so far so good. We might actually leave him right on top of that stump just to give us a little bit of a better view of the area. Really, little bunny? You're inside that hot spring again? Well, at least we know where another bunny is. The one that Amber's going after, actually. So I guess we'll skip the turn now, and then we'll try to gather up all of these little bundles of meat that we have lying across the land. Let's zoom out too and hopefully see the rest of the snow melt away. Oh my gosh, all of it. Every single last piece of snow, I think. It doesn't look like any more of the snow is actually around, so perfect. Perfect. All of the snow is gone and we should be able to get around much more easily in the future. Now let's see, we have you back here with your little meat to collect, but first, let's make sure we pounce on that extra little bunny. Where did you go, little guy? You're still sitting right inside that hot spring. So let's have Amber jump in, slice the bunny, and then grab up the meat too. There we go. Excellent. And she also has that fluffy tail too, the medium tail that gives her a little bit of that extra cold resistance. So maybe she would be a good one to breed with Rascal. He even has that special immunity gene E that we don't want to lose in the tribe, so that might be a good idea. She has the big body in her genetics at least. She's not showing it, but it's in her genetics, and they both have the medium tail, so that would be a way for us to hopefully continue this very, very cold resistant line, because that was really what slowed us down when the temperature started to drop. So if we move a Rascal right up here, then on the next turn they should be able to breed, and they are kind of a nice pairing too. I mean, they both love their bunnies. They both love chasing after all of those pesky bunnies, so they will make a very, very nice family. Now we have Dyer over here with his meat to collect. We have, let's see, Tusk over here with all of his acorns, and he is fully grown now, so he can collect even more than he could before. All of this food, this is absolutely excellent. You guys are doing a wonderful job collecting all of that food. And now Syrie, I mean, we can have you collect all of these shells and whatnot. We do want Vancory to make her way over to the other side of the island though. But let's see, I think the Crabbit is actually blocking her. I'm not sure if she's going to take damage if she goes into the stream. It looks like she's fine. Okay, so she can pass through the stream without actually taking damage. She kind of swam across the way to get around all of these awful Crabbits. We could have Syrie come over here to pick up a couple more of the shells, though. There are so many shells in the water. I mean, I guess we should have been paying more attention to the ocean than we currently are. We could have Belladonna actually help with the crab situation since she's so much faster. But we are at the point where they have basically reached their promised land. They are almost at all of their berry bushes. We could actually set Vancory up right in between both of these bushes so she could definitely collect every last berry that spawns. I think it is possible once she meets Tusk that she also might develop some eyes for him, because she does realize that she needs to really strengthen her line, all of her babies, if she wants to have a chance at going to the next island. She's not going to get very far with her frog toes, with her nimble fingers. So seeing Tusk over here with his big ram horns, he looks very, very strong. I think she might decide that she wants to maybe start a family with him, kind of for her own nefarious purposes in a way, because she is trying to make sure that Vankyr's teachings can make it over to the next and harder island, but this would be a good way to ensure that our harvesting and our foraging line can stay relevant to our tribe. There's no sneaky creatures coming down from the mountainside though, right? Everyone is still safe. It does look that way. We just have a couple of these little bunnies hopping around now that they have the chance to finally stretch their legs. Let's have you finally pick up your last little piece of meat there, and then of course change your gem over. Unfortunately, you are not one of our leaders at the moment, so we're not going to give you those special gems. But you can maybe hop over here and grab the bunny. You are very, very good at tricking those bunnies. Much better than Rascal, in fact. For some reason, they like to just skitter underneath all of your big fluff. Now, sweet little bear can finally move his way right out of the nest. And then why don't we go ahead and pick up this nest right over here too, Meme's little nest, because nobody is really going to need to use it right now. We could have Tundra come up here to pick up some of this grass too, just so nothing spawns in the area. And yeah, we definitely need to find Aster a friend, somebody to help him pick up all of these acorns down here. Maybe even Sol or Luna would be the ones to do that. That might be a good idea because they both have the cracker jaws. Wherever they go though, they are definitely going to go together. They are our very first twins after all. Let's see, do we have any roots that he could dig up? We do have a couple of them down here. We would have to have them swap places though. Luna can come up here on all of the clovers, and then Sol could come over here and dig up all of these tasty roots for us. And look at this, we are finally over 100 pieces of food again. Very, very good. So we are definitely getting somewhere. And there's another little bunny. Though it doesn't look like Luna's going to be able to pounce on you, so we might have to leave you there. I don't really want to scare it away after all. We just have Saber on top of his throne, which I suppose we will leave him on just for now. We'll have Aster go ahead and knock down a few more acorns for himself in the future. And then let's see, do we want to set up a nest right here? I mean, I suppose we could. We could have you set it up right on top of these little clovers actually, and then we'll have Storm go on this side of you just to protect you from all of this tall grass. Now, how should we change around the mutation menu for their babies? They have the big bodies, so we don't really have to worry about their babies getting anything else. In fact, the big body is even in their inactive traits, so this is very, very good. Another situation where we won't have to worry about that lack of cold resistance. What we do need to worry about though is those ram horns, so let's place that in the 30% slot, and then the other one could possibly be, let's see, the medium tail. That one is very important too, so we'll give them the medium tail and the ram horns, and hopefully we will see some very, very strong babies inside that nest. Now, do we have any other moves to make? We just have you down here with your bunnies. I mean, why don't you try to pin it at least? We'll move you right there so you can grab the bunny on the very next turn. And then we'll just leave Saber in the area so that he doesn't scare the bunny away either. Now let's move back here and see what the first, hopefully, warrior baby is going to look like. Yes! Oh my gosh, yes, we have double claws and we also have the medium tail, the big body, the ram horns. Oh my gosh, you are absolutely perfect, and the game named her rare. So how high is her attack strength? Let's see, a 7. Oh my gosh, she is going to be able to protect everybody on the mountainside. And for that matter, she can even catch some pretty big fish with both of those claws. Absolutely perfect though. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Almost like a little reincarnation of Animeme, if only she had the panda patterns. She is carrying them though, so maybe we'll see them pop up on some of her own babies, but for now, this is more than I could have asked for. That is exactly what I was asking for. So we have some meat over here to pick up, but let's see if we can gather some of these pesky little bunnies. We'll have Luna just swipe you up right away, and then I did see one skitter off into the distance over here. So could we possibly have a Rascal and an Amber go after it? We probably could, but for now, let's have them go ahead and breed so they can start their family too, just in case there's any nasty wandering males on the mountainside as well. We haven't seen any of them in a while, but they were quite the nuisance when we first moved to this island. It looks like poor little Faith did end up passing away too, right underneath her tree with all of her acorns that she loved collecting so much, so at least she was able to go peacefully with her new friend Tusk, especially after she lost her old friend before in Kirvan. But this is perfect because we do have this family moving right in, so Vancory will be able to help out with her nimble fingers, and especially Sairi too. She might actually be the better one to stay there because she does have the cracking ability with her nimble fingers, and we have other plans for Vancory anyway. I am thinking that both she and her sister will probably breed with Tusk once they get over to this location because Vankir himself did take on many, many mates, and the one silver lining about Tusk having both of the same immunity genes is that we only have to worry about one. So Vancory does not have B, and neither does her sister, so that would be a good way to continue this family, to strengthen them, and of course to keep Vankir's teachings very, very close. So in the next episode, we'll turn our attentions over to our harvesting line, but for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys!